Happy to see you all through this YouTube. I am John Peter, working as social science teacher in Vidya Lakshmi Metric Higher Secondary School. Now, I am going to take the chapter from civics, chapter number 5, local self-government. First of all, we must know the meaning of government. According to Abraham, clearly says that government means of the people, for the people and by the people. So, next one, self. At any of cost, we should not depend upon government. We should fulfill our development with the help of local resources. So, there is a government is essential to maintain and to control and to administer of the locality. Locality consists of what? It may be 10 villages in a one panchayat, or 20 villages in a one panchayat, or maybe 5 villages in a panchayat. So, the panchayat is described as a local government of the village, of the particular village. Okay, here you see that from this diagram we can see in the olden days the gathering, the common gathering is held in one particular specified area. It is a place used to make any kind of decision or any kind of issues can be resolved in that particular place. It is called as a panchayat place. So, here the people from different areas can be gathered here, different communities be here. Okay. Learning outcome of this local self-government. We are all going to study and understand the development of local self-government before and after independence. So, the local self-government is already existed, already practiced during the Chola period. It described the village in different categories, Ur, Nadu, Nagaram, Kotam. These are all the several divisions were practiced during the Chola period. So, that administration is already brought under the practice, during the Chola period. The same was interrupted in between due to feudalist. Then the same local self-government after independence, that the government, Gandhiji has shown more interest to develop the rural. It is taken place after independence. Then to learn about the rural and urban local government. First of all, we must know the meaning of rural. The people who are living in a particular place is less than 500 is described as a rural. It may be any kind of community. According to the government norms, rural means minimum less than the group of people in a particular area is minimum 500. Then above the 500 to 5000, that area is considered as a urban government. So, here we have to think about, we are all fighting for the common problem of both people living in rural as well as in urban. What are the common problem? Drinking water, drainage, electricity, road, then burial ground, street light. These are all the common problem. But the beneficiaries are vary. In rural area, beneficiaries are less than 500, but in urban areas, beneficiaries are more than 500. And next one, we are going to learn about the nature and working of Panchayat Raj system in India. For whom they are all working. What is their main work? Their nature is what? So, these people are elected representatives of the government. They are all the elected representatives by the people. They are all elected for the people and of the people, and these people have to be working for them. They have to be working for them. Them in the sense of those people who are all elected. Then, under the Indian constitutional, according to the 1992, it was practiced, it was implemented in 73rd and 74th constitution deals about Panchayat Raj and local self-government. From this lesson, we are all going to know about the historical origin and development in local self-government in Tamil Nadu. We are all going to study about when it was originated in Tamil Nadu, what is the developmental status of local self-government in Tamil Nadu. Then, meaning of local self-government. It is an institution that look after the administration of an area or a small community such as a village, a town or a city. What do you mean by institution? A institution should consist of a leader. Then second one, and vice leader. Then group of members. These group of members are elected people, elected by the people. They are all called as a ward member. So, we are all electing president. He is the leader of that whole panchayat. Then vice president is elected among the elected members. That means ward member. Then ward members are elected by ourselves. So, the president, the vice president and the ward members are described as an institution. They are all the leaders of going to lead the villages. They are all the head of the village. Any kind of decision or any kind of implementation means everything should go through them only. Even the government can also directly approach these people because they are all the representatives of the each and every village. It works at the grassroots level, close to the people, touching their everyday life. See, president is what? He is one among us. Ward member is what? He is one among us who stays along with us. He knows the problem. What is the problem? Whether it's a water problem or drainage problem or street light problem or education problem or any kind of health issues. So, we can send the clear information about the elected representatives of our village. So, these people are working at a grassroots level. These people are working at a grassroots level. Then, close to the people and touching their everyday life. These people are one among us. We can see daily, hour by hour, anywhere we can see. At any time we can express our feelings, our needs to the elected people. He may be our president, vice president, ward member or anywhere. The management of local affairs have been elected by the local people. We know the person, one who is stands for president, whether he is a good or bad, or whether he will do or not, everything we know. We will be only electing that management. Then provide services to the local community as well as acts as an instrument of democratic self-government. They are all elected for not getting job from the people. They are all elected for to serve the community, to serve the local people, to serve according to the people need, because They are all the elected representatives of by the people to the government. So, any kind of programs or want to be implement means, first of all that program will reach to the local government through the president, vice president and the community members. Okay. Then next one, historical background. The idea is very old concept in India, because I already told you that a local self-government was already practiced during the Chola period. There is also some of the evidence were found in the Tanjore temple. It was existed throughout the country with its own diverse characteristics of ancient India. Existed throughout not only in Tamil Nadu. So, the local self-government is conducted throughout the India, not only the north of India, not only the south of India. So, it is implemented and conducted by the structure what is practiced in the olden days. It was existed throughout the country with its own diverse characteristics of ancient India. During the medieval period, somewhat declined due to onslaught of feudalism. Onslaught of feudalism. What do you mean by feudalism? So, some of the people are not accept to continue and to recognize. They are all called as a feudalist. Feudalist means Nilachuvandharargal. They are the owners of the land. These people are not at all to obey, not at all to control, not at all brought under the administration of somebody else. So, these feudalists were reason for the declining of local self-government in the olden days. It was revived during the British period with Lord Rippon's resolution in 1882. So, after the few years back, Lord Ripon, one who want to reorganize the local self-government in the year of 1882. He want to be practiced. No need to lose it out. So, it takes effort to implement the local self-government in India. Lord Ripon was known as the father of local self-government for laying the foundations for local self-government in modern times. He is the founder of the local self-government means Lord Ripon. He want to be re-implement, reorganize, to introduce, to continue in practice. Under the Government of India Act 1935, provincial autonomy was introduced. The act came in 1937. What do you mean by provincial autonomy? Here, the provincial autonomy means, first of all, we must know the meaning of autonomy, self-power, self-right. Provincial, so you can take any kind of decision in your jurisdiction, in your area. You can introduce, you can take any kind of decision and pass any kind of resolution. That is called as a provincial autonomy. It was implemented, it was formulated in the year of 1935, but it was put in practice in the year of 1937. It was an essential part of Gandhiji's program to that Panchayat Raj built from villages to the highest level. He clearly says that the growth of country depends upon the development of each and every village. So, village must be attained is a self-sufficiency. Then only the town will be developed, the city will be developed, then corporation will be developed, and then the state will be developed. So, the development of a state is depends upon the bottom level of the village. So, he has shown more interest for the development, the village self-sufficiency, Grama Tanniraivu Thittam. That means all the facilities must be reached in the downtrodden of the people, not only downtrodden, all the lower sections of the people. So, lower sections of people will be almost in the rural, in the village. So, all kinds of facilities must be attained at a village level. Now, only we can see at present each and every village have one water tank, street lights are frequent, burial grounds are prepared. Then health facilities may be lack in some villages, and all the villages are linked with the roadways, whether it is a tar road or cement road, all the villages are having adequate road facilities. After independence, Gandhian ideal of Grama Swaraj influenced constitution makers. So, there are the people of constitution makers. Constitution makers means what? We should observe the problem, we should analyze the problem, we should take the decision, and then we should pass the resolution. This is a constitution makers. What is the problem? First you identify. Without identification, we cannot prepare any kind of pass, any kind of laws. Then Article 40 reads, the state should take steps to organize village panchayat and endeavour them to function as units of self-government. So, each and every village is a unit of self-government. Government cannot come down to find out what is your need. அரசாங்கம் என்றைக்கும் கீழே வந்து உனக்கு என்ன தேவைகள் என்று கேட்க போவது கிடையாது. So, your problem will be taken into the government towards the local government. The elected president, the elected ward member can send the resolution to the government. These are all some problems are exist in our village. Kindly take necessary steps to solve. Okay? Local self-governments since independence. The conceptualization of the system of local self-government in India took place from our committee from 1957 to 1986. What do you mean by conceptualization? To implement the effort taken by the government to implement it in practice. கருதரித்தல் மாதிரி எவ்வாறு ஒரு தாய் வந்து ஒரு குழந்தை கருதரிப்பதற்கு 10 மாதங்கள் இருக்கோ அது மாதிரி ஒரு திட்டத்தை நடைமுறைப்படுத்துவதற்கு conceptualization of the system of local government. It has been taken effort, several committee to form. What are the effects and defects? What are the merits and demerits were analyzed by this committee. The Community Development Program since 1952, National Extension Service 1953 became a basis for the Great Charter of Panchayat in 1957. What is a Community Development Program? There are several schemes are brought down by the government to improve the community. Community in the sense means it will be a particular sections of the society. So, those sections of the society have to be come up. That is a developmental program. The whole community, those who are located, those who are lived in the particular regions have to be come up and attain the government benefit. Then National Extension Service, the same project can be extended for more places or few more years. Salient features of 73rd and 74th Constitution Amendment Acts in 1992. Panchayats and municipalities will be institutions of self-government. Self-government. So, Panchayat plays a major role as a government in rural area. In rural area. Corporations are acting as a government in city area. Municipalities are acting as a government in city. So, both the president and the corporations are self-government of the particular region. Communities and recommendations. Basic units of democratic system. All the adult members registered as a voter. So, those children who are attained the age of 18 can be elected their president, their ward members. So, they are having the right to vote at the age of 18. Democratic system, no stress. We can elect, freely we can elect. 3-tier system of panchayat at village, intermediate, block and district level. 2-tier for smaller states with the population below 2 million. What is a 3-tier, 2-tier? The problem is analyzed in 3 stages. That is a 3-tier system. First problem can be analyzed at the village level. Second, the same problem is analyzed at the block level, whether to want to implement or to delete. Then third one at the district level, the district collector is a responsible one to implement any schemes to the rural areas. Okay. Then the 2-tier system. 2-tier system is implemented in those states are having less than 2 million people. That means problem is faced at the village level, then state level, district level. Seats at all levels filled by direct elections. No more malpractices can be done during the local election. We cannot do such a malpractices. Seats reserved for SCs and STs, chairperson of panchayat at all levels. Reservation. Reservation seats are now only implemented by the government for the past 10 to 15 years. Before and all, that reservation system is not at all practiced. People doesn't know. That is the main problem. Now only the people came to get that knowledge about that structure of the local administration, local self-government. Now only they are fighting for their rights. They are asking their reservation. Now that the government is legally practicing in all the reservations at a panchayat level. 1/3 of seats reserved for women, 1/3 for SCs, STs and 1/3 chairpersons at all levels reserved for women. Now the women are also equal to men. All kinds of rights, whatever is provided for the men are equally distributed to women. So in all kinds of sections, you can see the presence of women. Then uniform for 5 years term. In the event dissolution, elections must be held compulsorily within 6 months. So the duration of local self-government is 5 years. 5. So, the president, the ward member, the vice president can be rule their people up to 5 years. Up to 5 years without any change. And next one, the next election must be conducted by the government within the 6 months. Within the 6 months of the dissolving of election. Then salient features of Tamil Nadu Panchayat Raj Act 1994. The salient features of new act are 3-tier system. I already told. The problem can be analyzed at a panchayat level, block level and district level. That is a 3-tier system. Then the problem can be, where can we give the problem? Na enga sir poi sollatom. You can give your information in the Grama Sabha. What do you mean by Grama Sabha? It is a meeting conducted by the government for the people for collection of their problems. So, you can express, you can tell your problems in the Grama Sabha. So, the Grama Sabha consists of the group of people who are living in a particular panchayat or gathering in a particular place. It is a program is implemented and conducted by the government 4 times in a year. 4 times in a year. So, in the Grama Sabha, the government represents the government job holders, that may be a Tahsildar, revenue officer or VAO or any government officials must be present in the Grama Sabha. So, they are all the inform provided to the government about the Grama Sabha. Establishment of election commission. So, the commission must be present each and every state to conduct any kind of election. Constitution of Finance Commission. Finance Commission is what? To providing financial assistance for the implementation of conducting of village development programs. Reservation of seats for SC/STs. That law must be put in practice regarding the reservation of seats. 1/3 reservation of seats for women. Constitution of district planning committee. So, the committee must be planned for the development of people in different angle. To put in practice any kind of government schemes must be come to the district planning committee. So, I am requesting you to kindly see this lesson and then share to your neighbors and subscribe. Okay, thank you.